Hello friends, this is Guroja and we're playing a Total War Attila mod today. Another mod. In another video I have played and made a guide about medieval warfare mod. In this video I'm gonna play and describe you two mods by the same modder. Yeah, with this mod 634 and 642, with these two mods give you a chance to play Attila Total War in a different era in 17th century, an important timeline for Middle East, because it's the timeline, it's the age of and the rise of Islam. So this mod is important if you want a historically accurate rise of Islam mod. Alright, first, both of these mods have made by same modders. I think the 634 is the newer one, the 642 is older one, but and the names are different. 42 is Rise or Fall of Islam and 34 is Fire and Swords DLC. Let me show you the old one first. There are some problems about it. Sometimes it doesn't work and the game crashes, and let us see if it works or not. Alright, it's 642 Dark Age Classic, Rise or Fall of Islam, and Dark Age Reskin Overhaul. It's about 642. So let's try this. The modder have improved this mod and developed a new mod, 642. So it's newer. So that's it, 642. So it's just 8 years between the two mods in history, but it changed, especially for the Al-Dawla al-Islamiyya, the rise of Islam, the first Islamic Caliphate state. Yeah, look at those borders. It's the Umar ibn al-Khattab, second caliph of Islamic State, and the capital is Medina, or the holy city Mecca, here, near here. Yeah, and look at those borders. The state has conquered the Egypt and west parts of the Sassanid Empire, the Persians, and all of Arabian Peninsula and Middle East, Syria, Palestine, and southeast of Anatolia. Yeah, that's the start of the rise of Islamic State. And let me check the other factions. These are Western empires, the ancestors of modern European countries, and the strongest one, maybe the most problematic faction, is Eastern Roman Empire. And let me decrease the level of volume. Alright, yeah, that's the favorite faction for this mod. Maybe it's based on Eastern Roman Empire, the Islamic State, and the Persian ones. That one. Yeah, the Sassanids, and yeah, And another option, as a Turkish historian, that's my one of the favorite factions, Göktürks, Khaganate of Göktürks, and those letters O and U. Yeah, that's correct for Turks. Göktürk means, literally translate, if I translate it literally, it's Sky Turk Khaganate. It has some it had some larger borders in history, and it divided east and west. East Khaganate has been destroyed by Chinese Empire, and the western Khaganate exists for some years. They had some relations, diplomatic relations. They had emissaries to Byzantine Empire, Eastern Roman Empire, and they attacked the Sassanids, the Persian Empire. They were nomadic. By the way, these are not hordes. These are not hordes. So this Khaganate is not nomadic. Yeah, they have some steppe warrior style and buildings and that skins, but their gameplay is not nomadic. They have settled, but their all units and gameplay type is like the other nomadic factions: hit and run tactics, horse archers, etc. But that one is strong, and initial challenge is easy if you like some Khaganates and hordes type factions. And barbarian kingdoms, yeah, they are in Britannia, Saxons and Wales and who are those guys? Mierknarais. Yeah, maybe they're some kind of, yeah, they're merchants. Yeah, Mierknarais. Yeah, they are merchants. In Viking Age, there was a kingdom named Kingdom of Mercia in Britain. So, okay. Minor barbarians, Magyars or Magyars. They were a Turkish tribe, Christianized after some time, and migrated to West, and they have built a new state, Kingdom of Hungary. Frisa, yeah, Germanic paganism. Yeah, I have never tried those guys. They are just infantry and barbaric states like in Rome Total War 2, so they're not my favorite ones, so I cannot comment correctly about them. But I think, yeah, their challenge is hard. I don't know if you want to try barbaric states, because after the barbarians attacked and destroyed the Roman Empire, they have migrated all around Europe, and they have made some tribes and states there. Alright, so Slavians and Balts. Maybe Russian players like it, but I'm not interested in. And Desert Kingdoms, Gadarat, they're in West Africa, and Kingdom of Makuria, somewhere between Egypt and Ethiopia, I think. And Tanukids hordes. Yeah, they are they are like Bedouin hordes, and yeah, they are hordes, nomadic type. And Aksum, yeah, Aksum, the capital of them is Aksum. They're Ethiopian, I think. And Garamantians here. Yeah, they are an ancient. They were ancient people. You know, they have existed in Roman Empire era. Since the Romans, they have existed, maybe even earlier, I don't know. So those are the states, and my favorite for this mod is that one, because you can't see that state or that timeline in any other modes. So I advise you to play this one. If you want some challenge, you may try Eastern Roman Empire and Sassanids, Persian Empire, or if you like nomadic warfare style but a settled state, you may try Göktürks. Alright, that's the mod. And let me check that units. Yeah, the units look like classical Attila Total War mod units, but they have been reskinned, so there are some different kinds of units there. So okay, let me show you the new mod, and it is 8 years earlier than this mod, but it has been improved. So I advise you to play this one, not 642. This is brand new, 634 Fire&Swords DLC. The name of the DLC is that. And English faction names for it, because the original the modder has used the original names. By the way, he knows some historical things, and he's a wise guy, or a woman, I don't know, but the mod is historically accurate but some facts, but there are some problems about it. I'm gonna explain them in this video, and if you don't want that original names, so if you want to see the your used names, you can try this English faction names. Alright, this mode is join empire option, so you can create empire and confederations with the same culture factions if you like it. By the way, this mode is for the this sub mod is for both of the mods. And another sub mod is supply system. Yeah, supply system is nice for realistic game. It makes those mods much more realistic, and it makes one faction it doesn't make a faction let a faction grow easily. So this mod is nice. And by the way, sorry for my English, I cannot explain all the things I think. Alright, this is the mod, 634 and 3 sub mods. So let's try this. This one is new mod by the same modder, so I advise you to play this game. Alright, that's it. The same states here, but it's Heraklios. In here the description are really nice and historically accurate. I appreciate that. And here Frankish Empire. Yeah, there are not so many differences, but there are some new factions like Georgia and Armenia. Yeah, in here the Sassanid Empire is bigger, and look at that, it's just the name of it is Rashidun Caliphate. Rashidun Caliphates are the first four caliphates, and after that the Islamic State's name has changed, Umayyad State, and after that Abbasid Caliphate, etc. But for all Muslims, they have been respected, those four caliphs. Yeah, after some time the Muslims have been divided Shia and Muslim, and there are some problems about the acceptance of the right of caliphs, but for Sunnis all of the four caliphs are respected and right caliphs. Alright, let's see the borders. It's just whole of Arabia, and yeah, okay, whole of Arabia. They haven't conquered Egypt and west of Persia yet. It's just after the death of Prophet Muhammad, and after the Prophet Muhammad, the first Rashidun, the first caliph was Abu Bakr, and after that Umar ibn al-Khattab had been caliph, and in his timeline, in his era, the Islamic State's borders has been grown, and in his time they have conquered Egypt, some of North Africa, Syria, Palestine, and the Persian Empire. They have destroyed the Persian Empire. So that's an important timeline for Rashidun Caliphate or Islamic State. And yeah, we're gonna play this one in this mod, so just let me show the other factions. Several realms. There are different kinds of factions. Yeah, here Bakr ibn Wale, they are Christian nomadic Bedouin warriors here. They are your allies, and they attack Persians, and they first attack, pillage and destroy, and you go there and occupy the lands. So they are your supporters when you play Caliphate. And minor barbarians, yeah, Eastern and Western barbaric factions here. Balts and Slavians again, and desert kingdoms. Yeah, here the Tanukid hordes. Yeah, they can be your allies, so use them carefully. And here there's a religion named Dark Cults. They are pagans. Garamanth again, Kingdom of Makuria, and Aksum here. Okay, so yeah, the Göktürk Khaganate is here and there, and let's play this and check the reality and historically accuracy of this mode. Sanitation and power of God-fearers. Yeah, as you if you read that description, it is nice, and there are some verses from Quran. Yeah, and it's good. It shows us their inspiration, their spirit. Power of God-fearers. Yeah, they have some cool and nice buffs here, bonuses here, because they have grown in a very short time. They have made a great empire like Roman Empire, and that has surprised the Western world. Let's try. In medieval 1212 AD mode, there is a Iron Man mod, and there's an option for small states. That option makes the small states live longer, survive longer. In this mod, there's not an option like that. Alright, there's a supply system. It's the sub mod. Yeah, there's a description about new religions, blah blah blah. The technology screen here. And yeah, we are in Arabia. And yeah, in 634 you don't have any enemies, but in the older mode 642 your borders are large and you are at war with Sassanid Empire and Byzantine Empire, or historically accurately Eastern Roman Empire, because Byzantine name has been accepted by historians after the centuries of collapse of Eastern Roman Empire. So the Eastern Roman Empire name is historically accurate. Yeah, that one gives you much more option. You may attack only the Sassanids or only the Roman Empire, but in this mode Makuria and Aksum have been attacked me. That wasn't historically accurate. Maybe the modder can will change their gameplay, their motives, and because they were peaceful, even in the lifetime of Prophet, and after that caliphate has been much more stronger, they were peaceful too. So it's not so how do you say that? It's not true that they attacked that caliphate. So alright, let me show you the other one, the caliphate. By the way, it's a different writings here. Yeah, Umar ibn al-Khattab, second caliphate, and he was married, by the way. And here his daughter Hafsa bint Umar, she was the wife of Prophet Muhammad. But let me give you an information about Quran and Islam as a Turkish historian. In Quran it says the wives of Prophet are your mothers, something like that. So it is forbidden to marry with a wife of Prophet. After the Prophet died, no one dared to marry, or no one committed to marry one of his wives. So they have never been married after the death of Prophet. So this option is not so logic, is not true. And in this game they have made an offer to marry with her. So this guy have researched the history of Islam and made some good description parts in this game, but that's not realistic. Alright, Uthman bin Affan, the third caliph here, and her wife Naila bint al-Furaysa. And by the way, he was the father-in-law of Prophet. His two daughters have been married with Prophet. He was a rich man. He was supported and financially supported the jihads in the caliphate, and in the lifetime of Prophet. So he was a beloved man, and yeah, that's the third prophet after Omar. By the way, Ali and Uthman are not the son of Umar, but they are his, how do you say that, the caliphates after him. And Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of Prophet, and he married with the daughter of Prophet named Fatima bin Muhammad. Fatima died after a short time of the death of Prophet Muhammad, and he had childs named Hassan and Hussein. The Shias, Ali was and is a important person, a holy person for Shias, and both of his sons are holy and respected. They think Ali has been poisoned by Umayyads, by Muawiyah, and Yazid killed Hussein in deserts of Karbala, and this is the first struggle of Islam. Since those days, there is a struggle between Shias and Sunnis, and these are two sects of Islam. And yeah, here and that Islamic State Council, Abdullah ibn Sa'd, Amr al-Basriya, al-Sawwar, Khalid ibn al-Walid, he is one of the most famous and best warriors and commanders of whole military history. He was a talented commander. He has conquered so many lands. Yeah, he is one of the great commanders of all history. Abu Ubaid ibn al-Jarrah, one of the holy men and companion of Prophet. He was a commander, yeah, and he is a trusted guy and a bodyguard of Prophet. By the way, Al-Mutana or Abdullah ibn Sa'd, yeah, he was the writers of Quran. There was something about him. He told that I got the message from Allah, and he said he was writing the Quran, and he just ran out, and the Prophet was angry about this, and after some time he was a relative of Uthman, and he begged mercy and converted to Islam again, etc. So many different details. There are so many different details in Islamic history, but that guy was a good commander, but not a beloved companion of Prophet, by the way. And Tulayha ibn Khuwaylid, yeah, he was a false prophet in the timeline of Prophet. he announced himself as a prophet, and nearly he would get killed, but after some time he converted to Islam again and joined the Islamic State as a commander. So there are some wrong choices here. Not wrong choices, yeah, they were commanders, but there were much more important commanders in Islamic history. For example, Amr ibn al-As, he conquered the Egypt, but he's not here. Maybe you can add Amr ibn al-As here, except Abdullah ibn Sa'd. Yeah, he conquered some of the North African peninsula, but he was not a real hero, you know. And those guys, yeah, Al-Walid, Al-Jarud, and Mujahid, and they're random NPC guys. They are not important. So you may change some of the characters. And yeah, Khalid ibn Walid and Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah, they are real historically accurately added companions here, but Abdullah ibn Sa'd and Tulayha, they are not so important person for the history, I think, but that's the choice of the modder. Alright, yeah, that video is a Turkish historian plays video, so I just checked the historical accurate of that mode and try to describe you. That's my opinion, and if you ask some questions about the video and mod, you can freely ask me. And yes, these are the units, and yeah, in the battle you can see they have been reskinned, but in here in the unit card they look like the Total War Attila classic units. Alright, the game is nice. I have tried this mode as Göktürks and Islamic State, and they were all nice. I advise you to play this game. I strongly recommend this game, and I'm gonna play a new campaign in 634 as the Rashidun Caliphate, because I like that era, that timeline very much, and maybe after that I'm gonna play as Göktürk Khaganate. Alright, thank you for watching, friends. I'm gonna make another video about the last but not least my favorite mod, 1212 AD mod, and so thank you again, and take good care of yourselves, friends. Goodbye.